Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into Freefall's latest addition to their mousepad lineup, their balanced pad featuring a banging collaboration such as Haus Gaming. The pad has been out for a while, and with Christmas getting closer, it could be a good item to buy as a gift to yourself or to someone else. Before we actually talk about the pad though, I would like to thank Freefall for sending me this pad. I am now part of the reviewer program, so we are definitely going to be seeing more of them on my channel in the future. I've watched Haus's video about this exact pad, where he was explaining how he came up with the idea, and he said he was trying to create the perfect hard-based balanced speed-leaning pad that could still provide enough control for wide or fast movements like reacting to strafing targets, you know. So let's go find out if they achieved what they were looking for. The pad was shipped in this heavy cardboard box, which was pretty sturdy, as you can see. Like, I can bend it, but it takes some strength. And inside it had two different layers of plastic to protect it from humidity. It wasn't a special or fancy packaging, even though I think it looks good, but it definitely did get the job done to protect the pad while it was traveling to me. The Haus pad features a base very similar to the SV base control, crafted from a hard silicone blend designed to create a static bond with your desk. This design works incredibly well at keeping the pad firmly in place. As you can see, I cannot move it even if I try really hard. I think that the whole desk moves easier than the pad. SV is their own blend of silicone, Vinex and other materials, which creates a static electricity bond to the desk to ensure mousepad positioning. It's extremely effective in keeping the pad still, as you could see, but I highly recommend you pay attention to when you peel it off because of all the static electricity generated. It's also recommended on their website not to touch any important PC components right after. The hard base adds a remarkable level of consistency to the pad, and even though it's a hard base, you are still able to get more control by pushing into it. If that's what you usually rely on to increase the amount of control in intense situations, this feature could prove very useful. Contrary to what we've seen in my last video about the Serapad, this one has no customization at all. It's available in one single size of 450 by 450, which is a pretty weird sizing considering the amount of players nowadays who prefer 500 by 500 or the normal 420 by 490. For me personally, it wasn't an issue because I've always been a fan of the standard 420 by 490, mostly as I've always said in my videos, but I do agree that it can be limiting for some of you who might be playing on very low sensitivities and need more room for wide flicks. Let's now talk about the surface of the Haus gaming pad. It features thin edge stitching done by hand, which sits lower than the surface in order to allow more freedom of movement. The surface is a very smooth, balanced surface that provides a bit more speed and control. It has really impressive stopping power for a hard-based cloth pad. The glide is smooth and quite fast. Dynamic friction is relatively low, but there's a very subtle resistance during mouse swipes that provides just the right amount of control for flicks, while still allowing smooth and precise micro adjustments. The surface is smooth enough to use with a gaming sleeve. In my case, I used the Pulsar ES sleeve, and I was happy with the results. I cannot say anything about other sleeves because I don't know any others, since I've never been a big fan of sleeves in general. The closest comparisons to the Haus Edition SV base I own are probably the Infinity Might's Ruin and the Kurosun Samurai. On one hand, the Haus Edition isn't as fast as the Ruin, but it still feels similar in terms of speed thanks to the hard base, which provides less control than the Ruin's soft base. When I reviewed the Samurai, I called it a control-leaning balanced pad. I think in this case, we're dealing with something that is exactly the opposite, which is a balanced pad, but with a slight speed lean. The main difference is that the Samurai provides more static friction than the Haus Edition, while maintaining its glide just a bit slower than the Haus. The Haus pad is normally priced at 46 euros, but it's currently being sold for 34 euros on Freefall's official website, which I think is an extremely competitive and fair price in today's market. If shipping to your country is expensive, you should check your local retailers because they could have some units left in stock. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or thoughts about the SV base Haus Edition, drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more reviews like this one. Until next time, I'll see you in my next video.